going to do next is we're going to glue the shaft of the boot to the actual boot itself. We're going to use some barge cement. So barge is a contact cement which we used on this part of the boot already. And yeah, what we're going to do is brush it on and let it tack up before we join the parts together. So I've already brushed some onto the boot, and then here you can see I'm just brushing it onto the fabric, the back of the vinyl. And yeah, you don't need to go too crazy with it. It doesn't need to be too thick. And it's a really strong adhesive. You really probably should be doing this outdoors with some proper ventilation and wearing a respirator, but because we're narrating through the video, I'm not wearing one. But you really should. So maybe we'll put on our masks after this, or just try to do it really quick and then get on with it. In previous boot tutorials, people used to like, and I think some people still do, they'll like put a rivet to actually rivet the fabric to the boot. I've kind of found with the barge, it's pretty strong. It's not, I've worn my boots for, my goodness, 5 years now. I mean, I'm trooped in my Biker Scout, consistently through that time, but 4 or 5 years, and it's never come apart gluing it on. So I mean, you can use barge, you can use E6000, as long as you let both surfaces tack up a bit before you join them, you should be fine. So that's it. Hopefully in a few minutes you'll see a boot shaft attached to this boot. You know why shoe repair shops smell the way they do?
Because of this stuff?
Barge cement.
Barge cement. No wonder they're seeing elves helping them off their shoes. I swear to God, there's these elves cobbling their shoes together. Yeah, that did not take long for it to eat through that cup.
And most of the times you can use glass jars and stuff like that if you're working for longer, but I just wanted to decant a little bit so you in case you were dripping.
Look at that.
Okay, don't hold it over your piece. Right?
Yeah. Don't pump it again. Hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so let's let that tack up and then we'll join the pieces together.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Kind of smooth out a couple parts here. You don't want to work it up too high because it's going to start to buckle, right? But like I said, the dog's bone is going to cover this, and then as you start to like wear it and this is all going to kind of wrinkle anyways because your boot's flexing there.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Got the dog bone here?
Yeah, we're just take a piece of cardboard, fold it in half. We're gonna draw our dog bone shape, and then basically you kind of need to size it to the boot, right? So if it's a little bit long, you can trim a little bit off. There's templates for these on Pathfinders, bikerscout.net for them. But they're a little loosey-goosey, right? I mean, they don't... You got to change the... It's not like you can use the template for every shoe size, right? I mean, everyone's got different foot size, so... but it kind of curves a little bit more on the upper part, on the instep, than it does on the front. But yeah, that's all it is. And we're going to transfer this to the vinyl, cut 2 of them out, stick them on, and then that's it. And then we got to do the little strip in the front, and that's about it. You done? You got a pair of biker scout boots, man.
It's maybe the fumes talking, but man, I love you. I'm talking to you, Darren, not the boot. All right. Well,
cool. So there you go. Pair of
so
biker
this
scout boots.
this eventually took us 7:30. We started 8-ish.
Yeah.
It's 11:30 now.
3.5
hours. With you know, stopping, starting with video and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So what do you think? 2-hour job possibly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that it's done, I get it. I actually get what needs to be done.
Right.
It's still a challenge. I mean, sewing, I'm surprised I'm still got fingers after that. But I know what needs to be done, so it's awesome. So we're done. The boots, again, we don't have the holster here, but that's for another time. The boots itself, the sole, the dog bone, everything, just, it's good. It's fantastic, and it took approximately 2.5 hours to do, not including stop-start time for recording, and it's really well done. And as you said, later on we'll distress it, and that will be for another time, for another moment. But as you said, this is approvable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And wearable.
And wearable, yeah.
So, and I'm going to do that later. I'll probably pop it on later on when I'm a little more awake, because I'm really exhausted. The
fumes probably don't help.
The fumes have gotten to me. This beast has gotten to me because this guy's having his little revenge. Totoro cat has his little revenge. So, but this was a huge learning experience, and was extremely stressful at times, because I really did not want to screw this up. But
I think one of the takeaways here is, like, when you're using contact cements like this, a little bit tougher with E6000, but like with barge, if you screw it up, you can warm it up with a hairdryer and like pull it off, and you tear the vinyl, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you bought how
I
many
got
yards
lots of vinyl.
You could redo, if you screwed something up royally, you could peel it off and redo it, right? Nothing is really permanent on here. I think at one point, when we had first started the boots, we sort of made a mistake with gluing something on. I made a mistake with gluing something on.
Yes, I remember that.
And then I was like, oh, and I pulled it, and I'm like, crap, we don't like the way it looks. We're going to throw that one away, and we redid it. We just rewrapped it, and it's like, you can't tell at all, right? That it was... So, I think don't lose sleep over those sorts of details. And, you look at the original pictures, they're pretty rough-looking they look like saran wrap wrapped around, like they're pretty raw, right? So we've got a pretty clean pair of boots here, given everything we've gone through.
It looks wonderful. It looks fantastic.
You got the screen accurate little tab back here that we sewed on, right? So if you look at some of the Magic and Myth exhibit boots, they've got like a little tab. Not everyone puts those on the boots, but I thought it'd be a pretty easy thing to put on there, and it makes it easier to take the boot on and off too, right?
It's got the Velcro strap all the way down, and so this is just to wrap around the leg and just keep it on. And I even got left, right. I just noticed I got left, right in there just so I know what foot it goes
labeled
on.
inside.
So there you go. Pair of boots done, and on to, I guess, our next challenge is probably strap on the armor.
Strap the armor, yeah.
And
really, I mean, the biggest pieces that I think you need, if we're going to try and get this done for the parade, we'll try. That's still the goal.
Yeah.
Costumes are built on hope. We've got the helmet, we've got the boots now, you've got gloves, you got the jumpsuit, you got the cummerbund. We can kind of skip the vest, right? It's like you're already wearing black on black. You're probably not really going to notice from a distance away.
Okay.
So getting the armor strapped up and the belt. The only thing that needs to be really made is the pouches. Yes. Right? So that's more intricate sewing, but it's with a thinner fabric. So.
And I think the pouches is going to be the biggest challenge for me now since the boots are done. I think that's going to be the next biggest challenge. Right. I think strapping the armor seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and push comes to shove, if you were doing an event like this, and at least in our garrison, if you wanted a conditional approval, if we just Velcroed stuff, and even if we didn't use the right thickness, widths of plastic, it's like, that'll get you done for the day, And I think that at least you get the experience of going out there in costume. You can always go back and kind of restrap with all the proper things, but the pouches, you still need them, right? It look weird if you're missing those. So, that's kind of the next big thing to make.
So there you go. Thank you.
You're
Again,
welcome.
as always, thank you so much. Please tell us more about Panda Props and where we can find that.
Yeah, sure. So you can visit, I just launched the new website, so it's panda-props.com, and you can find me on YouTube as well. Look for Panda Props and Costumes. You can also find me on Facebook at The Panda Trooper, so you can look me up on Facebook there, and then I launched an Etsy shop, so there's 6 or 7 items on there already, and I'll continue to add items, so accessories and little greeblies and things like that for costume makers and prop makers. So if you need anything, and if you have a question, ask Panda.
Ask some questions, and he knows what he's talking about. Really, he's pretty much guided me through this with 2 hands and lots of spirit, and I really appreciate that. Cool. All the links will be found on Outer Rim Rookie Facebook. We'll put it on the Generation X-Wing podcast Facebook, as well as our Generation X-Wing podcast website at generationxwing.com, and you'll find everything you need there, and we'll guide you to the right place. And if not, contact us at generationxwingpodcast@gmail.com, as well as the Facebook sites, and we'll help you out, whether you have a question for Panda or anything else of what happened today. Other than that, thank you very much, and thanks for tuning in, and remember, armor is built on hope. Bye.
You like it so far, check the OR. You like it so far, check the OR. You love the OR. Here we go, ready to set it off. From coast to coast, it's the most and it hits rough. Organized rhymes here to start it up. You got some trouble with your mouth, you better shut it up. Think twice before you act and try to tackle the funky stuff. I take your suckers out like meat on a shish kebab. And you don't know it, but your girl's doing kiss and rob. And you're the one who wants the corn, but you miss the cop. So here's a bit of something new. Give me a toot and salute, and I'll give you my boots. Where you need it while I'm playing the thespian. I got a ride, and you're just a pedestrian. I grab a horse, and I jump like equestrian. I talk smooth like Lando Calrissian. Deal with the leader of the convoy, make some noise for the